Okie dokie nerds, welcome back. Vintage video. 4 weeks and 1 day until um, Eternal Weekend Europe, where I'll be playing more than likely a Bazaar Baghdad list. And we've got one in front of us here. So I think the easiest way to summarize this is it's a blue dredge list, 3 Silversmote ghouls, 2 negations is what we're playing with. Some people have been on 4 ghouls, 1 negation. Some people have been on 3 ghouls, 1 negation, 1 git probe. Um, that shit's not for me. I want 2 negations, 2 more on the board and 1 single trap. 4 sickening shoal, 4 leyline, 4 vigor. Classic dredge stuff. Nice interaction suite. Good tempo kill with some Icarids and prized amalgams. And creeping chills to burn them through. So I've played a lot of combo dredge recently. I've been really enjoying the deck, and I think it's reasonably good. And it's definitely a consideration for me at the moment, but I don't want to lose sight of the established build, right? I want to play this because I can always audible to this if I get uncomfortable with the other one. The other one's currently ahead because in leagues I think I'm 12-3 with it, which isn't a massive sample size, but it feels good. I get to play Cabal Therapy, which I think is a card which is good in my hand, sort of thing. Like I feel like I'm decent at knowing what my opponent's holding. So we're going to play this list though because it is just the stock version, the well-established version, and the version that's more than likely on people's minds. That was a lot of fucking ramble. Let's go play some Magic. Okie dokie then, round one. Death from above. Death from above. That's aggressively British of me this quickly in a video. Death from above, and we don't have a Bazaar of Baghdad. They've got a Lurus, more than likely Lurus Breach is what they've been playing recently. And I think they've been enjoying themselves, which is nice. I wouldn't mind a Bazaar in this hand, to be honest with you. Like, imagine that. Just activate 2 thugs, hollow one, double force, the world. Anyway, down to 6 we go. No Bazaar. No powder. Down to 5. Opponent's on 6 as well. 2 Bazaars and a grief. I'm on the draw. So we'll keep this. And I'm down to 5, right? So we'll go Narc Chill. Other way around, I think. Chill. No, it's got to be this way around, hasn't it? Like, legally. Narc Chill. Now, Chill's the bottom card. And Narc's the penultimate card. So if I needed an attack with 4 amalgams, I can get down to 1 card, Narc, and go. I don't have... That's fucked up, dude. I have another black card for this grief at the moment. They bauble me. What's interesting about this bauble is we'll draw that card and we'll know what they... We'll see if they know any information that's different. Like if it's a Silversmote Ghoul, they know my deck list. It's a Force of Will, so they also know my deck list. Activate the Bazaar, see where we end up. Jesus wept. I'm going to pitch grief. My opponent just ancestraled. That was horrendous though. But now they think I've got Force Blue card in hand. So they might not take on this fight. They do take on this fight. We've got to do some Hollywooding though. Oh, Force Negation. That's interesting. So a nice little think for us on the Force Blue card. I'm not confident about our ability to win this game. Manavolt Academy pass. This looks like an end step gifts ungiven. I'm going to activate here for a dredger. Find one. Get this out. Dredger's shell up then. Hit a Narc Amoeba, 2 thugs. Okay, that's pretty nice. I've got no action to dig towards though, other than threats at this point. With the other list we've been playing, we've got access to the therapies, right? So I'd still be able to shred a gift here. That's me. That's my turn. 1 chill gone. No Icarids in the bin. So next turn, if we untap, we put them to 5, and we need to find 2 chills off Dredge 30 billion. We can just deck ourselves next turn, I'm pretty sure. So they need to kill me now. They didn't have the gifts ungiven, which is interesting. They are tapping red, which is typically just for breach in this list. We're having a bit of a backup in reverse. But 2 chills shouldn't be hard from this spot. Opponents come out the gate swinging. That's the Underworld Breach into a Brain Freeze on themselves. This is a Brain Freeze for 6. Time Walk, Bauble. That's... What the fuck is an artist talent? I'm not reading that. No Petal there, so maybe it's... No Petal, no Lotus. No mana. Oh yeah, Mono Death Control, nice. Oh, they could have a Soul Guide? No, they don't. They just had to really punt. Not punt, but they just had to swing for the fences. I can go over the top of this before you draw anything. Get any ideas? Stinkweed Imp. And then Stinkweed Imp. No chills there. Why would there be? Stinkweed Imp. Stinkweed Imp. 1 chill, so I've got 5 cards, 1 chill here. Narcomoeba, not ideal. What's the attack for? 11? So you're at 2. And you take 1 from this, so you're at 1. So no fetch lands, but you drew 2 more cards. Urza's Saga. Mox Emerald. Another Breach. Brain Freeze yourself, looking, and this time for 9 because you emerald before you breached. And you've got a blue floating afterwards, so you could Ancestral then freeze. No, you've got to freeze, leaving the Ancestral behind, yeah. That's the Lotus, and I die. Wow. How many chills did I see that game? 2. So there's just one in the top 11 cards of our deck, which is a great shame. That was winnable, that game. I didn't have much interaction. And if I was better at shuffling my deck, then my opponent would be dead. Yeah, I think that's the only thing, right? I just missed on 1 chill. I pitch cast an Icarid to start the game. Maybe that was the difference as well. But I feel like I have to. I feel like I have to pitch that Icarid to interact, because I'm not interacting for the rest of the game. Because I don't draw into any interaction in this list. And my opponent's killed me before. I'm just thinking. My opponent's killed me before with chills in play, so I'm not gonna make them go too hard. Let's quickly read this card though. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may discard a card if you do draw a card. Non-creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. That's at level 2, so that's only 5 mana to get a 1. Wow. The source you control would deal non-combat damage to an opponent. Right, so the rest is nonsense. But they're playing an enchantment, multiple copies of an enchantment. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you can rummage. Okay, maybe that's cute. They had some cards, none of them relevant. We're going to bring in the permission spells and the vigors. I played opponent the other day and they had what's its face, Yixla Jailer. So that's 9 cards. That's quite a lot. That's quite a lot of cards. Maybe I don't need the vigors quite so heavily. 4 cards from here. I don't want to cut my grief. I'm on the play. Oh, Silversmote Ghoul. What are you doing here? Get out of here. Get out of here. They had the Jailer the other day. I've only got 6 answers to that. I like the Chalice in this matchup. Maybe I can just cut like an Icarid. I'm not sure about the 3 and 2 split here. But I think they're on Soul Guides only. Soul Guides and Jailers. So I'm not too... I'm not too worried about what they can do. It's mulligan. Then we'll powder. We'll hide the mind break trap so they don't know about it. And then we'll mulligan again. And now I've got my mind break trap. Oh, maybe that's like actually wrong. Maybe I'm supposed to keep my vigor and exile the mind break trap and show it to them. Yeah, that was way better. Put 2 cards on the bottom. Creeping Chill and mind break trap. Yeah, I hate that. I hate that. I think I'm supposed to exile my trap and make them see it. And then they have to sit here and think about how many mind break traps a man can play. Let's go Force of Will, Grief. No, Force of Will, Shambling Shell, Sickening Shell. Maybe I just don't want my Hollow one. What if I throw Hollow one at them? So what if I discard Hollow one? No. Force of Will, Shambling Shell, Sickening Shell, cast Hollow one, cast Grief. Opponent has Force of Will. Grief pitching Grief there. I know that's counterintuitive to the Icarid idea, but I can Noxious this if they play a Jailer. Or they could just kill me on turn 1. Alright, buddy. Alright, buddy. Okay, it's just a stock up. This is a fucking hand of cards, though, isn't it? Well, we've got Force of Will pitching stock up into turn 1 stock up, Artist Talent. What else have you got? That's it. Just buy Lurus. Just buy Lurus makes sense. So Shambling Shell in our upkeep. Shambling Shell in our upkeep. Knock and Chill. Say yes to Chills. Say yes to Knocks. Dredge a Shambling Shell. Hit nothing. Attack for 4. You're at 12. Then you're at 7. This is not quick. Versus a man who's got infinite mana and every time you take a game action you rummage. Pretty brutal state of affairs. Oh, is this just a PO? You're on a PO list. Chain of Vapor. On your Mox Opal. Oh, so we're lifting everything up and then redeploying. Interesting redeployment. Buy Lurus. Play Mox Opal. Discard Lurus. Cheeky. Oh, this is so many cards. This is cool. This truly is the poor man's PO, isn't it? The Artist Talent Chain of Vapor combo. Discards an Artist Talent, draw a card, vamps. So do they have one more? They've got one more card that we don't know about. Plays a Tormod's Crypt, that's fine. We came so far and we achieved so little. That's for you, my friend. So they have to crack their crypt. Yeah, I'll have an Archimever. Oh, no, I won't. Activate this guy. No cards in hand. Well, Artist Talent certainly was interesting, wasn't it? Good luck on your crypt flip. You've got a Mana Vault as well. This game has ended, apparently. Just a straight up concession. Doesn't even want to look for a stock up. Okay. Well, one game I didn't expect to lose. Another game I didn't expect to win. I want my vigor back. I'm going to drop the Sickening Shoals. Oh no, but they did play a Vamp against me, right? So they do have black cards. Maybe we can just trim the trap then and have a vigor. Or we could trim a Grief. have a vigor. This is how I like to lay out my decks. I think it makes it easier for the viewer to comprehend what's going on. What do we think about this as a game plan? I think it's borderline. I think it's very borderline. That was a really weird game. That artist talent did not look especially compelling. Like, we went through 1,000 cards, made 400 mana, and the payoff was pay 2 life, exile your graveyard, and concede. Nothing against my opponent, it just didn't, in that spot, look. I can see the vision of the talent, the application, less so. So, we've got a Force of Will, and they've played slow, right? So they're holding a Yixler Jailer here. We've just drawn a Grief, which is like just phenomenal. So oh god, there's so many Griefs. So let's get rid of this guy. No, not this guy. Golgari, Grave Troll, Stinkweed Imp, Prized Amalgam. We can cast a hollow one. Opponent doesn't want to fight these. Now we can Grief Pitching Chill. They'll force pitching Chain of Vapor. I'll force pitching Force Negation. Ah, and they've got a Flusterstorm. No, they've got a Vampiric Tutor. Okay, so that's even worse for me then. Because that's their jailer. Interesting. The game just got interesting. It's either a killer or jailer, that's the thing. Time Walk, stock up. We take your stock up. And then next turn they get to go walk, jailer, pass. None of my cards work, and then I start activating for... Oh, no jailer, just an ancestral. A Tormod's Crypt, sure. They just nuke it straight away, fine. Volcanic, no stock up. Time Walk, mystery card. Man, I thought that whole time they had a jailer. They're looking at my top card, giving it a read. They can't be giving it a read. You know these cards, dude. I want it to be black. I'm going to try and draw it, yeah. Thank you. A slow rolled Grief on turn 2. Lands. Thorin revealed Mox Jet Time Walk. So they get a Lurus soon. Do we just take like Time Walk? Do we just take the walk? I guess so. Walk, activate this. Hollow One Bazaar. Okay, so this could be a slog. Because they are gonna get to cycle a Lorien, play a jet, buy a Lurus. Didn't cycle a Lorien because I left them with a jet. So they play jet, buy Lurus, cycle Lorien. Okay, sure, yeah, just different sequencing. Mox Opal. Not Mox Opal, Mishra's Bauble. Bauble goes, I'm going to flip. I don't hit a Dredger. Why would I ever? I hit a hollow one that I can't cast. They play Lurus, nuke my yard. Oh no, hang on, they just kill me. This isn't yard nukingly good, right? This is just pick up a Bauble. I mean, they've got the card flow. They're doing something. They see my top card. I go draw step though, because I've got a hollow one in hand. No, I attack you for 4. is interesting and close and a bit confusing. Okay, I'm dead. So Breach, Vamp, Ancestral, Freeze. Storm is 12 cards looking for a petal. Or better. Artist Talent. Lotus. Well, I don't fucking know what's going on anymore. Oh, does this fuel everything for you? Oh, not when you play your lands, it doesn't. Black mana. Demonic Tutor for Brain Freeze and I'm dead. Wild stuff. Wild stuff. That was cool though, I enjoyed that a lot. Cool brew. We couldn't get anywhere this game. Like, the Artist Talent seems really good here and abysmal game 2. Three Artist Talents. Would you take a look at that? 3 copies of Artist Talent. Is this mandatory? You may. They're too kind these days. Just, you know, they need to stop putting you may on so many cards. You chose this path. You know, live by the sword, die by the sword. Or in this case, live by the brush, die by the brush. But, no, that was sick. Highs and lows on this card. I'm not sure if it'll stick around. We'll have to see. Opponent played well. Cast a lot of Ancestrals. Nuked my yard once, and that was enough to buy the exact time that they needed. I suppose I had one more turn. But no, good games, Mr. Above. You win. I concede. Okie dokie, round 2. There's a helicopter outside. I'm on the play. We're up against Mazu 93. And we've got 2 Bazaars, 2 Griefs, and a Grave Troll. I lied. We'll go to 6 then. I mean, that's now just the truth. Problem with it being the truth, I don't know if I'm gonna. I think I still just pitch one, right? Pitch and make 2 hollow ones? They've got Allurus? Or do we. I mean, this largely doesn't matter. This is. I don't think I can do 2 griefs. Yeah, I can't support 2 griefs, right? I mean, 2 Bazaars, 2 griefs. I've got 2 hollow ones now, so what? I go up and down and I don't have grief on. I have grief on turn 2. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, okay, that's fine. We can do some turn 2 griefing. I think that's acceptable against the Lurus deck. They could be a breach list, but they're not going to kill me exceptionally fast. So we'll dredge Thug on our draw step, grief them, and then kill them. It's going to be a whole thing. Snow-covered island, Mox Jets. This could be a psychic frog. It's an ancestral recall. That's pretty good as well. Lotus Petal, so it's a breach list. And nothing else. Okay, so we'll pick up the Thug, upkeep, grief you, kill you. It's going to be the rough draw step. I mean, sorry. It's going to be the rough plan. I do hit an Narcomoeba, but I don't have an activation in me to go and find an Amalgam. So let's try to grief. Grief lands. I believe they're now on breach rather than control. Little pump fake there from the opponent. They've considered cycling Lorien, but they've got infinite lands. They've got stock up. They've got dress down. Does dress down matter? Not really. So we just merchant. We take stock up. Merchant for PO for 2. Academy draws 3. I'm going to take stock up. Grief dies. Play our Bazaar. Activate our Bazaar. Stinkweed Imp. Golgari Thug. Nothing good. Grave Troll arrived though, as did Stinkweed Imp. And we hit a million Creeping Chills and another Narcomoeba, which is going to hit a bunch of Amalgams. Yes to all. A billion Amalgams. You're at 3. You'll go good luck. That was a good turn. That was a good turn. They have got a lot of Academy mana though, right? So they play the Academy. Just immediately hit a PO. PO for 2 is not very good though, is it? Gift Ungiven. Pretty weak as well, I think. I just give you the mana. But then can you get into Lurus if I give you the mana? No. Guess that answers that question. Blue cards. Do we want the Vigors? We can cut Grief on the draw. We can cut a couple of Thugs. I'm going to try and bring these Griefs back in over Silversmote Ghoul. And then we'll trade no Thugs for 1 Noxious Revival. So now I've got all my interaction and a slightly slower kill. But it's not like we're going to get top decked or anything. So 2 Griefs, 2 Bazaars was very good in the end. I did get there eventually. I didn't get the Grave Troll in that hand, so it was somewhat unlucky. Game 2 then. Mazzo, 93rd their name. They've got a Lurus. I've got a 6-carder. And a 5-carder. Powder this time, okay, cheeky. Hide the sideboard card. Hide the chill. Chill and sideboard card. Say done. Keep. Tell me about your Pissing Needle. Do we immediately concede to Needle? We probably shouldn't, right? Because I do have this Vigor. Tundra, Pissing Needle. Nice stuff. Nice stuff. Tundra's interesting. I think I'm going to wait around and see if they've got more to show me from their deck. Because I'm not sure what they're on. Black Lotus. I think I have to fight that. And that gets rid of a Flusterstorm, and now we can top deck a green card and kill them. Are we ready for top deck a green card and kill them? I won't pay 1. So this time we do have to play Bazaar of Baghdad. I'm sure you've got Tabernacle. I wasn't concerned about Tabernacle in the first place, to be honest with you. You spend a grand, I get a Time Walk is a pretty good deal. We're still going to lose this game, don't get me wrong. But, Tabernacle's interesting. We really needed that green card sooner, because now they're just drawing into permission, right? We're never resolving this Vigor. It's got to be green card, Grief into green card. Something like that. Okay, so black mana, blue mana, Lorien, or Lurus. Gifts Ungiven, sure. Gifts Ungiven. Let's see what they gifts for. Turn 1 Needle, no protection on our part. And I appreciate I took out 2 Vigors, 2 green cards with Noxious. I also exiled 2. I also bottomed 1. So you can't have a Sagi, you can't have a Breach. You do have a vamp, I agree with that. Then they can vamp for breach, I guess, and then vamp and then kill me next turn. Green card? No. Okay, well, good game. We're dead to all of this nonsense in the graveyard and whatever they vamped for, so we don't need to hang about too much longer. That one is confirmed dead. So, are we happy? I think I'm happy. I think we're good. Questionable green count, maximum blue count. I'm into all of that. 11 dredges. I know I didn't draw any that game, but it wasn't going to matter anyway. Hopefully a more serviceable 5 this time. So down to 6 to start. Powder 6. Hide Force of Will, I imagine. Although hide Icarid actually, because they did just show us the Tabernacle. So we don't want to go too hammy on that front. So I'm going to hide the Icarid. And now we've got blue card Amalgam, yada yada yada. This is a good 6 for us. We get Dredger threat into play prior to them having a needle window. They've still got a Lurus, so they can't leyline me. They showed us a needle last time, which I can fight over. So, Bazaar of Baghdad. Let's go Stinkweed, Icarid, Stinkweed to start with. I know this gives up some Amalgam equity next turn. They've mulliganed to 5 cards. That's not very many cards. This into this. Do you have the backup? Yes. Okay, fine. Do we take draws or do we take the slow dredges? They've got 2 cards in hand. I'm just going to slow dredge. I'm not going to Icarid this turn. I'm going to Icarid next turn. Narcomoeba Creeping Chill. That's going to be 2 dudes as well. So now they need their Tabernacle at Pendril Vale. That was a nice dredge 5. Replaced the imp as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and a negation. That's ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous. So Git Probe into Brainstorm. There's a Saga's a clock. So we'll eat a Stinkweed Imp this time. And then I'll dredge 5. And I hit a Shambling Shell. In for some damage. You take... Ooh. Okay, you take 9. You're at 4. Do I eat the shell? Your blocker's not good enough. Your stock up could be. I presume I just eat... But you just played a land, right? Turn 3? Yeah, so you're dead to... Lotus Walk tab. It's really hard to get 3 cards off a stock up. Maybe in paper it's possible for some people, but no, not today. Thanks for joining. Just one activation can sometimes be the difference, right? Games 2 and 3 were very similar. They had a turn 1 needle. They had protection for their turn 1 needle. Both games. And play or draw, man. Play or draw. That was a fun game. Okay, round 3. Mal Thunder. Names I don't recognise this evening, other than Death from Above. Bazaar, Grief, Draw. Okay, so could be good, could be bad. We've got here a Noxious Revival for their Wasteland. We've got a Grief pitching, a likely Amalgam depending on activation, discarding Thug, Icarid, Powder, and maybe one of the others. You know, probably one of the others. It depends on what we draw and what they draw. Opponent has got a lot of revealed zones, no cards in it though. Keeps on 7. We'll keep on 7 as well, my friend. And get probe. So now the secret's out. They're getting grief. They know my whole play. But what we can do here is we can grief off Amalgam. Ah, we could just die. Grief off Amalgam. Get wrecked. Noxious activate. That could be cool. And then we have... This is a lot of... You don't actually need to play this many cards on turn 1. You can just go land go, you know. Fetch up a tap land on turn 1. Let me chill for a minute. No, we're straight to the bank with this hand. Underground Sea. This Mox Emerald is interesting. Does that mean we're up against Beseech Storm? Khan minus Cage. Could be Oath of Druids. This mana tapping. Demonic Tutor. Okie dokie, sir. Demonic for what is going to be the next question. 4 cards in hand still. They've played Polluted Delta as their 1 unrestricted card this turn. Red mana. Am I just dead? Just the turn 1 Kabinski. Underworld Breach. I should not have let that resolve. I should have topped that Lotus. I should not have let that resolve. I was just clicking buttons. Please do something else. That's a real shame. And now I die. I'm so stupid. I had a piece of interaction. I just punted it. I could have noxious that Lotus, leaving them with no mana. Mana Crypt. Oh, so stupid. Forbidden Orchard. So they are like an Oath of Druid Storm deck. So this is an EU Eternal Weekend participant, because no one registers this without the influence of external substances or old person playing Eternal Weekend and they want to play all the cool cards. Like, that's the 2 options. Yeah, sure, whatever. I die. Okay, so Oath of Druids Breach combo. I should not have lost that game. I needed to put them to the test for another card in hand. That was just stupid on my part, so I do apologise. We're going to board very similarly to what we did last time, because it's the same stuff, right? Just this time they've got an Oath. So a couple of thugs. This guy. 3 of these. And another one of these. They did show me a strip mine, though, in that stack of cards. I should have put them to the test for that Noxious, but I was just too busy watching. Too busy watching. Okay, game 2. We'll lead on a powder, getting rid of a lot of good and powerful magic cards. We'll keep this. This is a nice hand. Unlikely to die on turn 1 now, which is good. We get the activation if we need to slow Dredge. Yeah, alright, that seems fine. Mulligan to 6 finds a ley line. I discard 3 black cards. Cast a hollow one, which I will protect. This is definitely a deck which is ripe with Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale, isn't it? Never has there been a deck before which has more Tabernacles in the sideboard than this one. Mox Emerald. Mox Sapphire. Golding Tarn. Fetches off the Tarn. Casts a spell. Stock up. We'll negate that with the Narcomoeba. And that's that. Nice turn. Okay. So we've got 5 turns and a Force of Will. I'd love a Prized Amalgam to be my top card, so I'll go back to 2 pieces of interaction. Not quite, but certainly something. In for 4 we go. Our hand's too good to give up. Forbidden Orchard is a nice clock for the home team. If they ever tap it, they don't need to. Oath of Druids, we force back. They've got 1 card. If it's a Flusterstorm, congratulations. Nope. If it's a second Oath, then also congratulations. We draw a card. It's a Force of Will. We'll give this a flick for another hollow one. I accept hollow ones. And then I've got no plays. Attack you, attack you, attack you. That's our game plan now. They need another payoff. They've got a stock up. Likely good to find another payoff or a tab or a hate piece. Pretty brutal matchup. Have we won a match yet? Pluto Delta. Have we won a match? I won the last one. I don't know what they played. Serum Powder, banger. Our opponent just cast stock up, so I can't imagine this is going to go too swimmingly for us on their next turn. They are down to 4 though, or 3, something like that. They fetch with the Delta to find Hedge Maze. A bit of Surveil, pitching an Underworld Breach, probably good news. Maybe that's bad news actually, because they've just declined to go Breach, stock up, Tabernacle you. Oh, they already had the Breach. Saying it's Breach, stock up, or Breach Oath. Breach Oath means they found Time Walk. Breach stock up means they're looking for Tabernacle. Leaves the Oath behind. Sure. And we need them to whiff, which could be very difficult from this position. Nope. Very easy. So, do we want ley lines? I can't imagine they're that good. No, I'm just going to resubmit my current 75 with max permission, max vigors. This is tenuous on the draw. We need to get through to turn 2, and then we can consider winning this game. Like our turn 1. And our turn 1 is not a given when our hand's this anemic. Underground Sea and a pass. Perfect stuff. Perfect. So let's activate the Bazaar first. So griefs aren't as good as vigors, so I'm going to go Stinkweed Imp, Bazaar of Baghdad, Grief. I'm going to grief you pitching an Icarid. Because I need to clear a path for this hollow one. I want to protect that, right? That's my win condition again. And then we'll see what their hand looks like. Force of will attract. This is awful. Take the force of will. Leave you with the lotus petal attracts a hand. That is an unacceptable hand of magic cards, if you ask me. And leading on the underground sea is Bazaar as well, right? Because you want to surveil. Your hands your hand's unplayable. So I think you need to get that surveil into play as soon as possible. I want to find a green card right this turn. It's not one of them. But I don't have the card equity to be out there activating my Bazaar of Baghdad, so we will chill for a moment. Next time we get to filter this chill into a green card. And then we get to decide whether our Vigor is an anti-breach piece of technology or whether it's an anti-leyline piece of technology. There's the hedge maze. Opponent keeps on top. They fucking love it. They love what they see. It's a brainstorm. I guess a brainstorm's kind of good. Do I want to activate for a misstep exactly? I'm into it. I miss. I'm going to come off the Vigor and I'm going to let the brainstorm through. This hollow one is everything. They've got a fetch land, I know, but 5 cards, Polluted Delta, 4 cards. Unlikely to have Petal Atraxa at this point in time. They've got a Tropical Island. They've got a Lotus Petal. Blue, black, 1 Show and Tell, stock up. I'm going to fight the stock up on the assumption that my top card is in fact phenomenal. By that I mean black. It's not, it's a serum powder. Activating here, because if I find a hollow one, I would put it into play. Opponent's at 10. We need to dodge this turn being anything relevant. And then maybe discarding that Vigor was bad. Time Walk is kind of dodging relevance. In some ways. Oh, not the Vampiric Tutor. That's a poor bit of news for the home team to receive at 8:16 in the evening. Good grief. Maybe the activation for the misstep was nonsense, but I knew their hand was bad, but I didn't want to fight their brainstorm. Show and Tell Atraxa. You little bitch. I can't ever win, can I? I can't race an Atraxa. Let's put it in, make them show me. They still got it, yeah. Okay. Unfortunate turn of events. Unfortunate turn of events. Never mind. Right. Next round, I guess. I'm gonna go make dinner. You guys next round. Okie dokie. My housemate's still cooking, so you get one more round of hangry me before I go and eat food. This hand's not got the card we like. This one does. We're on the play. Keep this. Maybe a Shipperid. Yeah, I like shipping a Carid here. One amalgam to send away to the Force of Will, another amalgam to bring back next turn. And more amalgams. No Lurus. Does that increase or decrease the likelihood of wasteland in this economy? So you've got Lurus PO, Lurus Breach, and then 2 Lurus control sets versus mono white random oath deck and the other one workshop, but then workshop's not always got wastelands in it these days. So I could do 2 thugs and say I'm going to put my amalgams in the bin later, right? So 2 dredges and an Icarid, my amalgams go in the bin later. Or I could do 1-1-1. 1-1-1 is bad, so Icarid, amalgam, dredger is bad against the dredge deck. They've not got a Lurus. So I think I could do 2 dredgers and a dream. That's what I think. 2 dredgers and a dream, don't get wastelanded. Counter your spell, unless you go workshop scroller and crawler, obviously. No Chancellor trigger, just a Misty Rainforest. Okay, so you just lose. That's certainly an option. Certainly an option. Stinkweed Imp comes back to the hand. Stinkweed Imp comes back to the hand. Amalgam, amalgam, Stinkweed Imp. Yes, I'd like to chill them. Yes, I'd like a Narcomoeba. Yes, my Icarid's hungry. Hungry for your grief and pain. Alright. Leave me alone, amalgams. Dredge step, we get a Stinkweed Imp. Another one. Here they are, all of them. Pow, Silversmote Gold as well. Still got Force of Will online. So we attack you for 3 and then put 9 power into play on end step. Seems pretty good. Seems pretty good. So I imagine it's Oath of Druids or like pure normal out of your mind bug. Or there's another thing it could be. Beseech Storm is the other thing it can be, right? Like that's the other thing it could be. So we get everything back before the Icarid dies. If you're going into Eternal Weekend, that's a good thing to get used to sort of like saying. These will come back and then my Icarid will die. Or Icarid triggers first. And then you won't get blown out by some random endurance with your Icarid dead and nothing coming back, that sort of thing. Opponent's going for the end step, fetchable. We've only seen 1 chill this game. They get... Oh, it could also be Doomsday, actually. Swifty sleeps. Oh, maybe it's Doomsday. Day of Doom. Ancestral Recall. Not fond. Interesting timing. Yeah, I hate how quickly that resolved. They're just going to untap and kill me, aren't they? I've been here before. Ritual Doomsday Ponder Gush. But then can you let the Ancestral resolve? Maybe I'm supposed to fight the Doomsday itself. I think this is sort of why... Oh, it's just Oath of Druids. Oath of Druids, and you're just like really slow. Flash. Flash and Atraxa, sure. So what do they need? Lotus, Mist on Lotus, Walk, Oath, and they got nowhere near that. They got Pearl, Show and Tell. So if it's Mox, Sapphire, other Mox, Sapphire, random, Pearl, Atraxa in hand. No, yeah. Fantasyland losing that one. Okay, so Oath of Druids, Force of Vigor, Force of Negation. I'm not going to bring in the trap because I'm not trying to combo me like the last nerd was. So 2 of these guys, 3 of these guys. That means I've got lots of options on how my cards come into play, and one of these, why not? I do like Grief. It's quite a cool card, isn't it? It's like pretty perfect. Okay, so leading on a powder against Oath of Druids, absolutely fine. Vigor is all we've got. Opponent doesn't have the Ley Lizzle. So we're looking to activate into Forces and Griefs here if it's not too late by the time we get there. Like Mox Orchard Oath with Force behind is a real problem. But we do immediately have the Vigor. We just don't have the protection for it, and the activation gains the protection. Hedge Maze, yes, mate. Hedge Maze is good. You've got it. Keeps on top, though. Keeps on top. Oh, I can technically Vigor for nothing. Amalgam. Grief, perfect. Grief and Misstep. So let's go Icarid, Stinkweed, Narc. Grief your face. Grief resolves. Misstep, Fluster, Soul Guide, and some nonsense. So let's take the Soul Guide. The Sarah's Emissary is interesting. I wonder what they kept on top. This Flusterstorm's annoying. They play the Underground Sea. They cast a Flash. Pretty good. Pretty good. Flash Atraxa. That's a lot of artifacts. So they take Show and Tell, so I lose next turn. They also get Tormod's Crypt right now, so I lose this turn and next turn. They're on 20. Show game log. Soul Guide, Crypt, Soul Guide, Vexing Bauble. This is a lot of hate. I don't think I love that. The flash on top was pretty good. That has somewhat changed the dynamic of the game, hasn't it? So they take Delta, Crypt, Show and Tell. They play the Crypt now. Do you just send it? Delta, Crypt, Show and Tell. So I do lose next turn. Unless I can do something more exciting than what I've got here. Pass priority. Opponent says, yeah, that's fine. Move to draw step. Now that's interesting. Do I want to save my Dredger? Not really. I think I just need to draw cards into a Force of Will, right? To have any hope of winning this game. Force of Vigor's not the one. So let's attack. Activate, sorry. I don't want my Stinkweed Imp. I don't want my Stinkweed Imp. None of those cards work. So I just lose to Sarah's Emissary. Very tasty. Very tasty indeed. We are getting sleeped around a bit, really, aren't we? Swifty sleeps. Yeah, getting slapped around a bit this evening. Okay, but that was only game 2, so they don't win the match. We resubmit, I assume. And then we go to 6. And now we've got something similar to last time. We'll keep this. We'll ship a Puda. This has got to be mulligans, right? You can't have ley lines plus 2 crypts, 2 soul guides. That's ridiculous. They mulligan 6 cards. Yeah, you better be mulliganing. If you have a ley line, I'm going to lose it. 8 hate cards? 8 of them. Now, I'm pretty sure they don't have ley lines. Maybe they're just a tinker build as well. So they mulligan to 6. Go to 5, buddy. It's fine. Go to 5. 4 preferably, but you know. Opponent settles on 6. We settle on 6. I've got this card. How to play, how to play. Grave Troll and 2. Something like that. You play a Soul Guide, you eat my Grave Troll. I nuke your Soul Guide, I activate an upkeep and Dredge 5. Something like that. Something along those lines. Then if I nuke... Mana Crypt, Flooded Strand. Soul Ring. Tormod's Crypt. Vexing Bauble, sure. Let's kill your mana. Go for that first. And then we can try and play around the Crypt. All your mana's dead. You've got a Vexing Bauble. I'm going to move to my draw step. Or are you just going to eat my troll? The troll might be scary enough. But I think you need to wait for me to pass priority in my upkeep. But then I get my priority back and I get to activate. So I'm not too sure what the best play is here. But I get to protect my troll, which is nice. Maybe I'm supposed to destroy the Tormod's Crypt, but I think just mana screwing them is quite nice to look at. I think I could play through a Crypt. I might be wrong. I might be too slow to play through a Crypt. But I'll be having a good think about it here. Post-combat, they've got a Flooded Strand and a Dream. I'm locked out of casting spells for the rest of the game. They get 1 nuke on my graveyard. They go for it now. I activate upkeep then. We discard some cards. Dredge 5. Chill your brains out. Hit a Grief, hit a Dredger for next turn. Beautiful stuff. You get a Hedge Maze. Okay, that went really well. I mean, I don't have a Grave Troll. They could just have an Oath of Druids. I've got a Narcomoeba in play. We could have had a little thought about that beforehand. They play the Forbidden. They discard the Forbidden Orchard. They don't need it because they might have an Oath right here, right now. They've got another Orchard. They don't have any plays. They can't play. They can play Ravenous Trap. Nah, fuck you. You haven't got anything. Shambling Shell. Ooh. Eat a Grief. Amalgam triggers. We're way beyond the point where we can consider oaths and stuff. This could just be land show and tell, but then you're short. Oath of Druids is now too slow. Prized Amalgam is going to come into play. Oath of Druids isn't too slow if it's backed up by a Soul Guide Lantern. Feel good about holding the second Dredger on that first activation, though. I think we'd done a lot of heavy lifting. Oh, they cycle the Buble. which gives them access to mana or access to Tormod's Crypt. I think either one we're fine against. Obviously, the triple Ichorid leaving is a bit of a bummer. But there's 4 in play and 9 from the yard at the moment. That's pretty tough to beat. You don't need to cast Ancestral, dude. It's a Soul Guide. That's okay. So what you eat? No, you just got to nuke the yard. You've got no choice. Another Forbidden Orchard. I'm just going to give them priority, obviously. They can't let the Ichorids resolve. Yeah, perfect. We'll activate ours here. That was good as well. Dredge a Stinkweed Imp. Narcomover and a Creeping Chill. Yes. And then attack for 4. And then do we give them... So we can give them a card for their turn. What's the funniest card to give them? Is it Soul Guide Lantern or is it Vexing Bauble? Which one's funnier? I think the funniest one to give them is the Vexing Bauble. They both redraw. I'll just give them Forbidden Orchard. Vexing Bauble eats your mana. Let's give you a Vexing Bauble. If I can get a screenshot of someone countering a Vexing Bauble. Yeah, this is great. This is it. Well, isn't that the greatest thing you've ever seen? Sure, I mean, I can't fight it. You could Fluster Storm goes off, homie. That's fine. You're dead to the Ichrid out the board as well. Out the yard. That's the most fun I've had this week. It's Thursday. Don't know what that says about me. If I die here, then it's even funnier, I think. I think I'd love to lose the game here. That would be hilarious. I find a Sapphire. And now you concede the game. Well, well, well. Noxious Revival, your Vexing Bauble. Jobs are good. I think it's correct to give them the Orchard, just for reference. Okie dokie, 5th and final round of this very weird league. We've got a powder. We're against Fish Duggery, which is a username, and we've got a very good 7. So what did we lose? Not a lot, really. All right, 2 powders, 2 narcs, and a force. Okay, well, I'll keep this. Oh, we're on the draw. That kind of sucks. Is this like an actual avatar? Legacy Championship Prestige. That's cool. Just a blank. I wonder who came up with that design. Sure, man. Yeah, this is my hand. What do you think? You got tap land. So Lurus, control. Could get wasted. They discard a Psychic Frog. They play Mox Emerald into a Deathrite Shaman, and I force the Deathrite. Oh god, no. They are still going. Emerald. Yeah, that was wild. Wild shit. Maybe they're holding a Lotus, and the plan is to next turn Lurus, Lotus, Lurus. But you would just play the Lotus, right? You would just play the Lotus. Let's try and find a Noxious Revival and a way to protect it. Oh, we've got Bowman. Sure. Yeah, I don't care about that. I do not care. We do find the grief, so we'll just go Dredger, 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 Dredger. I think triple Dredger's kind of dope, actually. Against this 4 Wasteland deck. Yeah, you've got this guy. That's all fine. I'll cast my hollow one. I'll grief your face. What else have you got? Force negate. What the fuck is an Endwalker? It's a brainstorm, right? We could have written that. Take your DT. Could have just written brainstorm. That would have been a lot easier for everyone involved. A lot easier. Right, so an opponent leads on brainstorm. Do you want to fight brainstorm? It's leaving you with force negation and a dream. Then you might have pay by Lurus, but that doesn't really matter, right? Because I'm going to get to untap for the Bazaar of Baghdad, and you're not going to find a land. Yeah, and then you just lose because I've got a graveyard and a Bazaar going into turn 2. Yeah, sweet. Look at that. That went well. We'll untap then. We'll activate our Bazaar on upkeep. That's a Stinkweed Imp. That's a Golgari Thug. Bish, bash, bosh. We missed on everything. Draw step, pay me in Narcomoebas. Get wrecked, Josh. You lose. Inbound for 4. Crunch, crunch. No second Bowman. They've got Force and Negation, 2 mystery cards. I've got an Icarid, which is going to get back an Amalgam. Going to get back an Amalgam. We really didn't hit a lot there, did we? That was quite weak. Quite weak indeed. And now they've drawn a Psychic Frog. And they send for 3 and 4. Cool. Nice story. Good to know. That means you can't block my guy, though. So, Stinkweed Imp, in response to the Icarid trigger, Golgari Thug. So this is going to bring in an Icarid. Chill you, please, yeah. And then eat the grief from turn 1. 2 amalgams trigger. There's a Silversmote Ghoul at the very least. Grab a Stinkweed Imp. Chill you 8 more times. 0 more times. Discard 2 so you can eat an Icarid. So I didn't need to bring back an Icarid at all. And then what? Discard, discard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you can't. You can't do anything. How many chills are in exile? Just 2. Okay, so maybe I lost one early doors, and the other 2 are nowhere to be found. Oh yeah, I pitched one, didn't I? These are my creatures. You'll go 0 cards in hand into 1 card in hand. Watch them twist me to death. No. Force negation and fatal push. So game 2. Yeah, so they are on the bug list. Yeah. I get an amalgam into play. I've got 15 cards. Can't imagine I can lose. You're at 1, because I've got 2 chills left. Cool. So game 2. I think I want the Sickening Shoals against these guys. I don't remember their sideboard, and I'm not going to look it up. But I assume maybe not the Vigors then. Then what? Then I just get needled. Oh no, let's cut the blue cards. That's what I like doing against these Lurus decks. Cutting the blue cards, bringing in the ghouls, bringing in the shoals. Sorry. And then keeping dredges. Yeah, I like this a lot. We'll give this a go. Because they're going to be on Deathrite Shamans. Maybe a Yixlid Jailer. All the Psychic Frogs between here and Bordeaux. And then, which isn't many, if I'm honest with you, on a global scale. There's probably more Psychic Frogs in the US, for example. But, Yeah, so then what else are they going to have in their deck? I don't know. Let's pause it until the match starts. Bazaar, Double Shoal, Icarid, Sons. Oh no, and a Dredger. Ding dong. They've still got Lurus, so no ley lines. And then we've got to dodge a needle. Oh, maybe they'll start on tap land again. That would be cool. Nope. Immediate fetch. They've probably started on a Deathrite Shaman here. No Bayou available though, so they can't. Oh, that's not cool. No Bayou, so they can't play Deathrite and eat upkeep, but that doesn't matter at this point. So let's activate our Bazaar of Baghdad. We do find a Vigor, so let's go Icarid, Thug, Icarid, and then we'll grief you. I assume they play one Bayou, right, for that exact reason. Deathrite untap, eat off of one land, eat a creature. Deep in the tank on the grief there. Something's happened. Psychic Frog, Force of Will, Wasteland, Wasteland. Holy shit balls. Um, Holy shit balls. So what do we do? I just take Force of Will. Because we can lead our opponent down. No, they can't. They literally can't make a mistake. They've got a Lotus. I can dredge onto a Thug. Then dredge onto a Vigor. Lotus. Crack it immediately. There's no reason not to, right? Make this guy. Oh, no, back we go. Do you see that? Graphics Cage in play and they replayed a Lotus? That's cheating. Also, they've got, you know, you just sorcery speed the Bowman. Very odd to not play the thing there. We're going to dredge because that gets us a shambling shell at some point in the future. Well, never actually. Try to bring back the Narc and lose. So the idea there was that we dredge onto green. And green unlocks this stuff. They've got a wasteland. Are they trying to build to Lurus? But that doesn't do anything. 5 mana, Psychic Frog into Bowman. Psychic Frog by Lurus, okay. 3 cards in hand for our opponent. That's 2 Icarids that are going to trigger. Okay, no thanks, no thanks. No thanks, okay. Green card? It's a bit of a shame. So what if we stick an control pitch, stick an control pitch? Is that any good? Sickening Toll -4/-4, you discard 1, 2, 3 cards, and then I just kill it. Your frog's dead. Like, properly dead. Tapland, classic. Big conversation in our opponent's brain about this card. They think it's great. So, what can they have now? They've got Lurus. That's all I know about, right? I only know about Lurus. Green card? That's not great. Because every time that they're not playing spells, that's more permission that they can draw into. Lurus lands. Lotus can't be cast. Lurus can be murdered. I'm going to pitch the Thug. Lurus is dead. That's cool. Bazaar of Baghdad? Wouldn't hate one of those. Hollow one. Okay, you'll go. Opponent's got 3 cards in hand, and apparently none of them have text at the moment. Because they played a 3-2 lifelinker last turn for 3 mana. And they don't counter any spells. What on earth do you have? Maybe they didn't remember the cage. Wish I'd pitched my Icrid. It's gonna be such a slow death. 3 mana, end step is Dig Through Time. Do we want to keep playing? Dig Through Time is quite powerful. We could save ourselves all 20 minutes. I think we'll do that. So Cage is interesting. I mean, I found the Vigor right, I just didn't find the green card. I was struggling for dredges, but do we care? I don't think we care. I think we're fine. 12 is a lot of dredges. Okay, game 3? Bazaar. Keep. So I'm going to play the Bazaar on the left first. So we're west side of Baghdad first of all. Discards a wide variety of cards. And then we'll make a 4-4. And then we can start looking at ways to find Force of Vigor. That's just a wasteland. Okay. If you have Mox plus something, then that's good. If you don't, then you probably lose. Okay. Probable loss. Draw step will hit them with the Grave Troll. Main phase will hit them with the east side of Baghdad. Stinkweed Imp. And that's game. Might be an aggressive declaration of game, but, you know, I know they agree. Taste it. Right, that was a really weird league. And I think this deck is good and fine. I don't have any issues with the, like, I don't think you're making a mistake by playing it. I'm just not getting as much out of it as I want recently, to be honest with you. Those Oath matchups were really bizarre. I know one of them was like a proper boomer combo Oath list that you don't see a lot of other than that Eternal Weekend. Like last year, I remember playing round 4 or 5. I lost to Oath. I can't remember. And it might have been round 6 actually, because I think I was 4-1 when I lost this round. And my opponent, I know my opponent's going to trigger an Oath, and I know that I can kill them on my following turn, sort of thing. So I bring my amalgams back and do some other stuff. Have quite a wide board state. I had a couple of bridges in my list last year, and then yeah, my opponent just oaths, hits, goes through a dragon breath, hits an Emrakul, nukes me. I die. I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. That's cool. And it's just one of those things that the Eternal Weekend you get those Oath players, the ones who are here to do the vintage Oath thing, and it's fun and I love it. I think that's what we played against in that round. Can't lost to death from above, lost to something else, or beat someone else round 2. Not a great review, this is it? I am sleepy. How do I go to league details? So Mazu, literally no idea. Mouth Thunder was cool Oath. Swiftly Steps was normal Oath. This was Lurus Control. Maybe this was another Breach player. I don't know. I'll find out when I put the video together. Anyway, back to the other side. I don't know. I found that a very weird league. I don't know if that's the mood I'm currently in, or whether that's just the matchups were odd. But the Silversmote ghouls give you really good proactive play against those Lurrus control decks. They make your clock a lot faster, and you don't have to play any nonsense like Cabal Therapy or Dread Return to enable this. You can play your perfectly streamlined, like 12 threats, 12 permission, 12 dredges sort of list. Don't organize it like that. And it's going to be super sound, super solid all day long. You're going to get that nice, consistent experience. I'm just trying to organize it into interactions and stuff like that at the moment because it's just actually an interesting way to look at the list, right? We've got a bunch of dredgers through the middle, 13 of the guys. All of this interaction. So here. Oh boys, you're getting a ramble today. And then you've got threats. So yeah, like 20 threats, 13 dredgers. Narc's a threat as well. 23 threats, a bunch of interaction, a bunch of dredgers, and a bunch of lands and land adjacent cards. So it's a really streamlined and clean list. It's going to be consistent throughout your whole day at Eternal Weekend. I will play it more beforehand. I think the numbers that people mess around with are these two cards here. I think that's the main sort of flex slots is Thug 4, Negation 1. So you'll see Silversmote Ghoul number 4, you'll see Cataxian Probe number 1 in for Ghoul 4 and that sort of thing. And then the other option is no ghouls and then max negations, right? That's the other way you can go about this. So we get rid of all of our ghouls, we max out our negations, we grab ourselves a Mind Break Trap in all, and then you're really loaded to bear on all that interaction. I think you can even go down a Thug here and add a Mind Break Trap. Don't own it. Something like this is much more Munchlaxy. You're killing with Amalgams, Icarids, and Narcs and Chills, so you're much more of like just a tempo burn deck just stacked with blue. I think I'm going to try this sort of thing next time. Ghoulless Dredge. And then this even opens up sideboard slots for like Strip Mine or Wasteland, that sort of thing. But the thing with this deck is you're much less bothered about Strip Mines than Wastelands because you don't care about Tabernacle as much on your full permission list. So anyway, interesting stuff. I'm going to stop talking now. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.